Oh my god, Persona 4 Revival is looking amazing, bro. Either by glorious 4K with a movable camera remade from the ground up, the game looking tough as hell too, with beautiful 3D models, gang. I can't believe this is reality, man. And to top it all off, a trailer for Persona 6? Oh my days. Finally, after years of Persona 5 spin-off pushing, we finally have a trailer for the next mainline Persona game, dog. I used to pray for times like these, man. My favorite game of all time getting a remake, and my favorite game series finally gets the mainline entry. We up, Persona fans. We up. Boy, I can't wait to see what the fan base is saying on the timeline right now, man. This is the greatest timeline for Persona fans right now. We are so...
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Man, I can't stand you Persona fans, bro. We got a remake of the best Persona game coming up. And yes, Persona 4 is the best. Bite me, nigga. We're just looking scrumptious as hell. Like, oh my god, it looks so good. And you bums are calling this game Soulless? Less than a day after the trailer released? Nah, it's time to call you guys out. I can't keep letting this slide, bro. Let's get into why the Persona fanbase is one of the most unserious, nonsensical fan bases in gaming, dog. Right off the bat, we have to talk about the insane, absolute asinine levels of Larping that has been hitting the timeline after the release of these trailers. After all, it wouldn't really be a video about the Persona fanbase if Larping wasn't somehow involved, man. I already made a whole video going in on the Resident Evil fans for the Larping, but this time, we got Olympian levels of Larping on our hands. Like, why on God's green earth do I have these quote-unquote Persona fans on my timeline talking about some, man, every new Persona game is trying to copy Persona 5, dog. Why is the MC on the menus, man? Little bro, hold my hand when I tell you this. Persona had the MC displayed in the menus since Persona 3, my nigga. Atlus has been doing stuff like this for ages, man. This ain't new. Like, oh my god, can you make the LARP any more obvious, bro? Just say you only watch the Let's Play of P5 on YouTube and let it go, bro. You are not a fan. And why is this even a complaint in the first place? Atlus always captures the vibes and themes of the games with a UI and emphasizes it further. Just because they further refined the style in Persona 5 doesn't mean that everything is trying to be P5 now. They're just further refining what they've always been doing with UI in their games. From Persona 3 and the Midnight Hour, using a UI with a ton of round shapes, moon imagery, and heavy use of blues and yellow to further drive home the importance of the Midnight Hour at midnight. Persona 4 with its heavy use of CRT lines and TV card-like text boxes to hammer down the connection to the TV world. And lastly, Persona 5 with its incredibly loud and chaotic UI that basically screams at you to look at it, which further plays into the themes of rebellion in the game. Let's take a look at the P4 Revival menu for a second. Like, we got my nigga you looking beautiful on here.
Man, this nigga sexy, bro. Like, I don't never be on, like, no, you know what I'm saying? I don't be on no gay shit at all, bro. But this particular nigga right here, bro, that's one sexy ass nigga. Bro, if I was a girl...
Hey, yo! But we also got a cutout of sunny weather in the midsection. The weather is a major part of Persona 4, and I bet the current weather will be reflected in this section, which will, as I said earlier, further emphasize the vibe and themes of the game in the UI. None of this stuff is new to Persona, and if you play these games, you would know that this is the case. But the only thing I'm hearing from these people is blah 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 sahul, because apparently they either consume Persona through Let's Plays, while barely paying attention, or through TikTok edits. Since ain't no way you played multiple Persona games and come up with such a goofy ass take. Man, you just a corporate apologist chill. Everyone can clearly see that this is just Soulless slop. Boy, if you don't shut your bitch ass up. Oh my days, I'm tired of this stupid Soul versus Soulless debate you bums bring up every time a new remake is announced. You niggas ran this stupid ass gimmick with Persona 3 Reload and I'm not suffering through this shit again. You have supposed Persona fans online that will show you these two screenshots of the exact same place in Inaba. Look you square in the eyes and say with their full chest that the remake version looks bad compared to the OG. Like, nigga, are you high? We have people on the timeline looking at this scene of Shadow Chie that will honest to God tell you with a straight face that the remake version is soulless. Dog, if you see this shit and have the audacity to utter such nonsense, we just gotta take the word soulless and straight up yank that shit from your vocabulary, nigga. You obviously don't even know what that word means if you have a take this absolutely rancid, man. And you bums did the same shit with Persona 3 Reload. You saw a few areas like the dormitory not being as dark as the OG when it comes to lighting, and niggas started pissing and shitting themselves. Like, I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. If you actually say stuff like this with a straight face, I can't take any of your gaming takes seriously, like at all. P4R looks amazing, and you niggas are some of the most spoiled, entitled niggas I've ever had the displeasure of being in the fanbase with, nigga. We have remakes and remasters like the GTA Remastered Collection that are absolutely god-awful. Like legitimately running horribly on modern hardware and actually looking worse than their PlayStation 2 counterparts? How's this possible? That is stuff we can actually call soulless, not actual remakes with such effort put into them. Like, nigga, Bloodborne fans would kill for a remake on the level of Persona 3 Reload or Persona 4 Revival. Are we serious? They're adding new cutscenes, new activities, straight up new battle functionalities in this remake, and this is how you guys act? Unreal, bro. Just unreal. I appreciate these remake projects so much, man, because they give the studio the chance to enhance aspects of the game that just didn't work too well in the original release. For example, Persona 3 Reload really helped me appreciate Persona 3 more. I played Persona 3 FES on the PS3, and I really struggled to play through the game, especially on my second playthrough. Not because the game was too hard or anything, a core pillar of the game was just so damn boring, it actually almost put me to sleep on multiple occasions. And I'm of course talking about Tartarus. Some of you would probably say stuff like, dungeon crawlers were just built like that back then. Yeah, and people used to wipe their butts with leaves off of trees, nigga. We don't do that shit for a reason no more, fam. In the original release of P3, Tartarus was just a slog to get through. 264 mandatory floors that look borderline identical with a few bosses every few floors. Yeah, that sounds boring as hell, big dog. Remake took that and made a whole lot more bearable, and I will always champion Reload for that reason alone already. Listen, I'm not saying the remakes are perfect and completely replace the original in all cases, but there are definitely improvements on almost all aspects, and Persona fans really need to get a grip when talking about them. Because if you don't, people will not listen to any of your criticisms on these games, especially when it's about real issues that these remakes have. The Persona remakes are great, if Reload is anything to go by, but they are definitely not perfect. Reload is not a definitive version of Persona 3 in the slightest. I mean, yeah, it looks and plays a lot better than the OG games, but it isn't feature complete. Persona 3 had two different re-releases in Persona 3 FES and Persona 3 Portable. FES had an entire epilogue to the game with hours of additional content, and Aigis as the main character in the answer. Persona 3 Portable featured an all-new female main character that you could play as in Kotone, with exclusive social links and events. The remake of Persona 3 shipped with neither of these additions to the base game. It didn't come with no female MC, an additional route, nor did it come with the answer. But you know what they did launch with? A whole ass season pass full with costumes and soundtracks that were free in their older games. But hey, at least they added the answer later, but they included it as a whole new expansion pass that was more expensive than the first one they launched the game with. Atlus. You niggas truly are some of the greediest motherfuckers in the entire industry, man. Straight up on some Mr. Krabs type shit. If you make a remake of a game, I expect it to be content complete, not sold to me piecemeal after the fact. And don't even get me started on the toned down writing of the answer. Making Yukari have less of a crash out during the answer really just hurts the character writing in a major way, and honestly, made me not even purchase the expansion. This is also something I'm somewhat worried for when it comes to Persona 4 Revival. You really shouldn't tone down the characters' writing just to make them easier to digest. Another thing people should be actually complaining about is the recasting of the entire voice cast. Instead of getting the original voice actors to reprise their roles, Atlus recast the entire cast without even giving them the chance to audition. Multiple members of the cast have since voiced their frustration at not being able to reprise their roles, and not even being asked in the first place. These characters meant a lot to these people, and it would have meant a lot to them to voice them once more. This seems to have hit the voice of Chia, Erin Fitzgerald especially hard, and I feel with her and the rest of the cast. Persona 4 Golden is my favorite game of all time, bar none. I love the cast of P4 and the voice acting that filled them with personality. I absolutely despise that the people who are so passionate about these characters and gave them their voices were treated like this. Especially when Atlus had no problem letting the Japanese voice actors reprise their roles. Disgusting behavior. There's no other way to describe it. This is the stuff Persona fans should be actually worried about. This is the stuff that actually matters. But alas, people are busy calling the game soulless for the most asinine reasons, and instead drowning out the actual criticism that should be reaching the ears of Atlus. I'm still excited for Revival, but there are actual issues with the game, and I just wish people would really focusing on that instead of all this bullshit. This was the tale, and man, I really can't with the Persona fans. Yeah, so this was quite a bit different than usual as well. I mean, I really care about Persona. This is like my favorite game series, and Persona 4 Golden is my favorite game of all time, so I'm just a little bit more agitated when it comes to stuff like this, and I just wish people would really focus in on more important stuff like this in a serious way. If you enjoyed this video, man, I make new gaming videos every week and talk about all things gaming. So yeah, subscribe for more and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Signing out.